What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball recap. That first intro clip from JT Realmuto, that one cracked me up because he knows, as the catcher of the Phillies, that Aaron Nola is a better pitcher than anyone that they can pull from the bullpen. So the fact that he's looking at Jared Hughes, a big, goofy, 6'7" guy, kind of, how is he already out of breath? It looks like he is struggling to get to the pitching mound. And JT Realmuto says, nah, we're losing this game. And we'll talk about it in just a second. But the Phillies, I think JT Realmuto was onto something. We have a lot of other things to talk about, so make sure you guys watch all the way until the end. If this is your first time on the channel, again, we post these every single day, so make sure you guys subscribe. We're so close to 130,000 subs. And without further ado, let's start talking baseball. Anthony Rendon is one of the best players, not only in the National League, but I would consider Anthony Rendon a top 10 player in baseball. And luckily, we were blessed with the Rendon walk-off. So we get the Nationals versus the Marlins. Yeah, the Nats, they're in the wild card race, so they're making it even spicier with the W yesterday. They get the dub. I just said that twice. All right, we're already starting off hot.
Static sense. Here's the pitch. Swinging a line drive. Base hit left field. Kendrick will score from third. Turner's around third. Coming home. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Turner dives in with a winning run. A Curly W's in the books. Rendon has done it. A single.
All of you Chicago Cubs fans, you need to do yourself a favor. You need to go to the management right now, and you need to demand that they give Nicholas Castellanos an extension right now, because he is literally the embodiment of the Chicago Cubs. He had 2 home runs yesterday, including one where he takes his bat, he slams it to the ground. I'm not even a Cubs fan, obviously, but when he slammed that bat down, I was like, wow, this guy's exciting to watch. So if you missed the Cubs game, Kyle Schwarber also hit a home run off the lefty. So yeah, the Cubs, they're looking a little bit good. They're looking great right now. Good job.
High and deep in the first. Another blast. Spike it and go. 2 2-run homers. And Schwarber launches to right. Number 32.
The Chicago Cubs are now only a half game back in the NL Central, so it could be the Cardinals to lose, it could be the Brewers to storm back and take that. I don't know who is going to win the NL Central, because they're all kind of playing very good baseball, but then they play bad baseball, then they play average baseball, then they're back to good. So the NL Central and that wild card, it's going to be a crazy race to the finish. But now we're going to talk about some Astros and a few other teams. Some of the best teams in baseball live in the American League. 2 teams specifically are the Houston Astros and the Minnesota Twins. So we're going to go ahead and show some clips from them real quick. The Astros, all they really needed was one swing of the at-bat from George Springer. So this ball was probably hit to my backyard, and I live in Las Vegas. George Springer hit this baseball in Toronto, so that's a very long way. It traveled at 463 feet, an absolute bomb. And then we have the Minnesota Twins facing off the Detroit Tigers. Again, we don't have to talk about that. The Tigers, probably the worst team in all baseball, going up against the best offense in baseball. There's no chance in heck that they're winning.
And George crushes one. Way out of here. Off the facade of the restaurant in left field.
And now a liner to center and a base hit.
Only 35. I'm sure he might be playing somewhere else.
Base hit to right field. Ground ball to short, kick at short by Castro and into left field.
How about
to right field and deep and gone.
All right, well, this is awkward. The Cleveland Indians, we faced off against the Tampa Bay Rays yesterday, so we just saw the Minnesota Twins win. So if the Indians don't want to fall back in the AL Central, they need to keep up. Unfortunately, the Rays, they had an amazing pitching performance yesterday, and they were able to steal a victory. So the Indians are now 4.5 games back. The Rays, they're trying to compete with the A's for the second spot in the wild card, so they just gained a game. So the Rays, I think, are a game out of the wild card. The Athletics are a half game back at the Indians. The wild card races are just nuts right now. It's absolutely insane. But Rays fans, enjoy.
Wendell. That's hit well. Deep left. Back is Naquin on the move. Makes the catch. Slams into the fence. And oh no, he is hurt.
Here's Aguilar with runners at second and third. 1-0 Rays.
There's a fly ball back into left field. Pretty well tagged. Goodbye.
Alright guys, so you saw the intro clip of JT Realmuto kind of thinking to himself, what is Gabe Kapler doing? Why are we bringing in Jared Hughes? His face literally makes my day, and I think that he was right because the Mets, they are a pretty average team in my opinion. I don't think that they're going to make the playoffs. I think they're a third place team. Even Giraffe Nick Mark said that they're a third place team. But obviously the Phillies bullpen did implode yet again yesterday. They had a good stretch of pitching pretty well, but obviously that ended yesterday. JT Realmuto predicted it, and I think this is going to be a meme for a long time. So Phillies, are they a fourth place team? Probably.
And he lines that one, base hit!
Lead one home.
And Rosario hits one up the middle, base hit! And
More.
And Frazier rockets one toward the left field corner, near the wall. It's out of here!
Pitch, swinging a high fly ball, well hit right center. Hazley back onto the track.
You see these? These are muscles. Well, I don't really have any muscles. I'm like that SpongeBob arm where he goes, check it out, and there's nothing there. Well, the A's were able to flex their muscles yesterday against the mighty New York Yankees. I honestly think, I've said this the last couple days, the A's, do not underestimate them. They have some pretty solid pitching performances. They have a pretty good roster, and they're calling up guys that are performing pretty well. They have Jonathan Noyes now. Seth Brown went 4 for 5 a couple days ago. Brett Gardner yesterday, he provided some drama. As you can see right now as I'm talking, he was able to spike. Well, I don't know if you can consider it spiking, but you can definitely see that his foot kind of went off the bag and he knew where it was going. Yeah, he hits jerks and profar. He was actually safe, so I guess it was good on Brett Gardner. But the A's, they do storm back to take the W. Watch out for the A's. I'm telling you, they're just like the Cardinals in the National League. They're no joke, and they're coming for you guys. Every single one. They just showed that they can beat the Yankees. They're good.
Jump in front. Here's a shot down the right field line. Maybe not for long. An inning later. And look at this. Through the middle, Profar dives, smothers it.
We have some interleague action, the Braves versus the Chicago White Sox. I'm actually interested in this because the White Sox, they sometimes can have a really good offensive performance, but yesterday, that was not the case as the Braves, they were able to get a pretty easy win.
9 homers. He unloads. That ball's walloped to deep left. That ball's got a chance. That ball is gone.
One ball barreled up all night. For a while, their bullpen has been not very good. Don't feel.
So as you guys saw in the title, we will be talking about Tyler Skaggs in just a second. It's still really sad, but it is something that we do have to talk about. We're going to go ahead and do that in just a second. But for right now, we're going to talk about Cody Bellinger because he has not been great in the month of August. Now, he does have 8 home runs and 21 RBIs, but he's almost hitting 220, which is not going to cut it. And we saw that yesterday as the Diamondbacks were able to give them their second straight loss. I know he's been productive, but if he keeps hitting under 300 like he has been the last 3 months, the Dodgers, they might struggle. They might struggle.
There's 2 out. Josh Rojas coming up.
Josh Rojas! Balk!
That's a balk.
He balked in the go-ahead run. They called it right away.
And a line drive to third. Escobar knocks it down, throws to first. Got him.
Had a crazy 15-inning game down in Los Angeles yesterday. The Boston Red Sox versus the Los Angeles Angels. Mookie Betts had a big game. JD Martinez had an amazing game as well. The Red Sox, they are firing on all cylinders right now. They're 5.5 games back for the wild card, so if they continue to play like this, because they have a pretty easy schedule going forward, they might be able to make a wild card spot. And then after these clips are over, we'll go ahead and talk about Tyler Skaggs. So yeah, here's baseball, and then we have some sad news.
Here's the 3-1 to Mookie. Swing and a drive in the left field. Way back on it. Good one.
Martinez coming up.
High fly ball. Deep into the night. There's a drive to left field. Racing back. Good one. Still back. And that ball is gone. You have seen another one.
If you guys have any sort of social media or if you checked the internet yesterday, you probably saw that Tyler Skaggs' autopsy was revealed. System, he had fentanyl, which if you combine that with alcohol, it is pretty much a done deal at that point. He also had oxycodone, so I just want to make sure that you guys know, if you're ever having issues with pain management, if you're ever having issues up here in the old noggin, make sure you guys ask for help because I promise you drugs are not the answer. So I think Tyler Skaggs, if he could look down and say, yes, release my autopsy report, because a lot of people were saying, why was it released? I honestly personally think that this situation and this story can help a lot of people because, again, drugs are not the answer. So if you're going through something right now, I'm going to put some links in the description down below that can maybe help you out. But yeah, Tyler Skaggs, rest in peace. Still pretty sad, but we have some baseball to talk about. I know that was kind of a very odd segue, but we were talking about the Angels game, so I thought it was kind of hand in hand. What we're going to do right now is we're just going to show some clips from teams that won yesterday because they're very meaningless games. All of the teams that we're about to show, they are not in a playoff race. So we have, I think the Pirates won yesterday, and then we have the Giants with Madison Bumgarner and Mike Yastrzemski. So yeah, it's just very meaningless, pointless games, but if you're a fan of these teams, here you go.
On the year.
Trevor lines it to left, and we are tied.
Need that big hit to break it open.
And now Melky Cabrera sends a high drive to right field. Clear the deck.
They're trying to make it 108. And he just sneaks it through. 108 RBIs for Bell.
Left-handed batter. Swinging. He hits one a long way to right. Down the line. Way back there. And goodbye.
Both sides in 3 innings.
Payoff pitch hit really well out towards left center. Dickerson on the run. He will look.
Hitting leadoff. Left field. Going back is Myers. Still back at the wall. Goodbye!
And guys, last but not least, we have the Rangers taking a W, and then the Royals, they have Jorge Soler, who continues to mash baseballs. I think he just tied the record of Mike Moustakas back in 2017 of 38 home runs. So if he hits one more, that is now a Royals franchise record. So one little fun thing that the Royals can hang on to for 2019. But that was not enough as the Orioles scored 14 runs. So yeah, it was a wrap. Once Anthony Santander hit a 3-run home run, it was over.
And that one is belted high and deep away back, and he has tied Mike Moustakas. Home run.
Left field. Back it goes. He got all of it. And that ball is Mike Moustakas for the team lead. This one to left center field. Long run for Wilkerson. Makes a diving catch.
And he hits this ball well center field. Ranging. This ball hit hard out to right field, but it goes right to Smith. Trevino tags
when they come in and slam the door shut.
Santana in the air out to right field. Smith is back near the wall.
All right, guys, well, that is going to do it for today's Major League Baseball recap. I know that this one was kind of a roller coaster because we had some exciting things that happened, we had some drama that happened, then we had some sad news, then we had back to baseball news, so it was kind of a roller coaster. But thank you all so much for stopping by. If you did enjoy, slap a like on this one. I'm not going to do any more shout-outs because sometimes people are like, why didn't you include me? I had the same answer, so I'm not going to do that. But thank you so much for watching. If I can find any more clips, I'll roll them right now. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.